Coming up tonight, donations continue to pour in from all sectors. Russian delegation arrives and drowning death toll rises. Good evening, I'm Sandra Assam. The plight of those affected by the recent flooding in the Western Division has seen an increase in the number of donations made by corporate bodies, non-government organizations, and even church groups and families. This morning, Partners for Fiji, a group from the Seventh-day Adventist Church, along with the Ministry of Social Welfare, donated clothes, food items and beddings.
This morning, a truckload of shoes, beddings, water, as well as other food items arrived at the warehouse of the Provincial Development Office in Walubay in Suva. Permanent Secretary Inia Seroi Ratu was on hand to receive the donation, which came about thanks to the efforts of two pastors and their wives.
We are really a charitable organization called the Partner for Others Ministry. And basically there are two families in Fiji and one in Canada. We work under the Seventh-day Adventist Church, but we work for everybody. Yeah, so we have been doing this in Fiji for the last 10 years. We don't go around and tell everybody what we are doing. We want to work in a quiet way, but this is your own initiative that we have come up. But we are happy to be part of this worthwhile effort in helping our people who are in need.
Meanwhile, the Social Welfare Ministry donated 50 cartons of clothes that are targeted for women and children in evacuation centers around the West. Permanent Secretary Govind Sami says the ministry is helping DISMAC as they are the ones that reach the grassroots level.
We have quite a number of social welfare recipients who have been affected by the floods, and we have advised them to seek assistance through DISMAC offices because they will continue to receive assistance from social welfare. But for any other extra needs that they have, I'm sure the Commissioner Western with his staff will be able to look after their interests. If there are major issues, then our officers in the districts are going to look after their interests.
Meanwhile, DISMAC head Inia Seroi Ratu says government is welcome to any kind of assistance.
Our immediate focus is on bringing stability to the people in the affected areas before we look into the recovery and the rehabilitation. So once again, Permanent Secretary and your executive management, we acknowledge these gifts and be assured that all of this will be distributed to the people who are in the needy areas. And I know that most of these people are in fact come under your portfolio as well. And we thank you that we can work together during difficult times as well, during good and peacetime as well.
Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov, in a press conference following a half-day of talks, says the Pacific region is the priority of foreign policy for the Russian Federation. Lavrov says the meeting in Fiji is the first high-level visit from a Russian official to the country and is an opportunity that strengthens ties with Fiji as well as meet with numerous other foreign ministers from the Pacific Island states.
Before the official engagement began, the Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov was accorded a full traditional Fijian welcome known as the Vengaravi Vakavanua, which was attended by the Prime Minister Vorengem Bainimarama and his cabinet ministers, along with Melanesian Spearhead Group representatives. Lavrov fully acknowledged the hospitality accorded to him, saying he understands this goes back to ancient times.
Искренность ваших сердец в этом ритуале, и мы будем всегда помнить этот прекрасный момент, и знайте, что мы отвечаем вам взаимностью. Еще раз огромное спасибо, я предвкушаю интересные, продуктивные переговоры сегодня здесь, на Фиджи.
Following the traditional welcome, Bainimarama and Lavrov held a private meeting before proceeding to discussions with other Pacific Island leaders.
My impression is that it was very constructive. It is a big step forward, and it is a way forward for us in as far as strengthening our relationship. For my government, the FSM, we're here ready to listen and learn. As you know, we have had diplomatic relations with the Russian Federation, and we're hoping that the visit by the foreign minister can continue to improve and enhance the relationship.
Similar sentiments were echoed by Vanuatu's Minister for Foreign Affairs.
Our meeting today is a milestone in recognizing Russia's potentials in helping our remote islands, particularly with this climate change. I think Russia has played a big role in the issues of Kyoto Protocol, and we support greatly such big nations. Russia, together with China and together with the United States of America, we all, as small island countries in the Pacific, we rely on them.
The Prime Minister of Varengue Bainimarama was paid a surprise visit last night by two business companies who wanted to help the needy through the Prime Minister's flood appeal. In a private ceremony, Prime Minister Bainimarama thanked the companies for the donations.
Last night, the owner of Tanoa Hotel, G. Naidu from Reddy Group of Companies, along with his family, paid a surprise visit to the Prime Minister and donated a check of $10,000 to assist those that were badly affected by the floods.
Thank you very much for the Prime Minister for meeting us and accepting our donation, and as usual we'll be also continue doing a lot for our staff and the people who are in need.
Also making a surprise visit to the Prime Minister were Ramit and his brother of P. Maggie and Companies Limited, one of the largest liquor and food suppliers to the hotel industry throughout Fiji. The brothers made a donation of $20,000.
I don't know how to express myself, but I feel for the people who have lost their belongings or houses or whatever they have lost in this recent flood. I hope they all I hope they all of them get back in their feet and back to their normal lives.
The drowning death toll has now risen to 8 after the body of a man was discovered early this morning in the Western Division. According to police, at a little after midnight this morning, it is suspected that the 49-year-old security officer, Eserama Muasombu of Matanangata in Vatukola, had crossed a flooded culvert bridge near the Narau Creek and was swept away by strong currents. Meanwhile, motorists and members of the public on Ovalau are advised not to use the road from now on or towards Rukuruku as it is underwater. This is a directive from the Department of National Roads as well as from the National Disaster Management Office and police. According to the Natural Disaster Regulation 2012, anyone who fails to comply with the advisory is liable upon conviction to a fine of $2,000 or 1 year imprisonment. Coming up after the break, Tuvalu Prime Minister presents check towards PM Relief Fund. Increased spending in pharmacies, and Czech ambassador presents credentials.